Overall, it made me feel better, and I learned two things from this experience. One is to always have some friends that will have your back and will not make fun of you. And two, always have some pads with you.
So, me and my best friend Ellie were sitting in class and we were just waiting for our new history teacher because our last history teacher got pregnant. And we were talking, everything was fine. Then the door opened and this guy walked in. Then he said he was going to be our new history teacher. We just thought, oh my God, this super cute guy is gonna be our new teacher. Our mouths were literally open and we couldn't even talk because he was so cute. And you could see his muscles, his abs through his t-shirt. And we were just giggling, talking about him. Then in the middle of class, he said we should shut up because we were really loud. We really wanted to continue talking about him because this was so overwhelming. And I started writing a letter for her that I was going to give to her to read. And he saw me writing this letter and he took it out of my hand and decided to read it in front of the whole class. I was shocked. I said, no, don't read that. This is super private. And he said, no, I insist. I was like, oh my God, yeah, okay, this is the end, bye-bye. And he started reading it out loud for the whole class to hear. He read, oh my God, Ellie, don't you think the new history teacher is so freaking hot? Oh my God, I want to marry this guy. He turned bright red. I turned bright red. The whole class was laughing. And he said, I'm sorry about that. And then he said, Lucy, can you come to my desk after class? And I was like, oh my God, I want to die. So after class, I went to his desk and I said, yeah, I'm so sorry. This will never happen again. And I was obviously just joking. And I turned red and I was sweating. I was laughing, but I actually wanted to cry. I went out of the classroom and ran into the girls' bathroom. And I just sat there and I was just crying.
So ever since I was 6, I would go to my grandma's house for the summer in the country. And she has this huge house, lots of land and cows, and, just country stuff. So when I was about 12, I met this boy, gorgeous, loved him. We had like this little relationship thing going on, like a summer fling. And when I was 15, that's when we started going out on dates and we played like putt-putt. One night I was sitting down, and this was during the time when like Sinister 2 was coming out and the really scary commercials were playing. I was texting this boy that I had a thing with. It was pitch black and I texted him. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. I need someone to protect me. Just like cringy 15-year-old flirting, I guess you could say. So he texted back and he was like, oh, my address, like as a joke. I didn't know he was actually going to show up. And so he called me and he was like, hey, I'm at your grandma's house. And I was like, oh my God. So he snuck out of his house and he stole his mom's car. When he came, I told him to hide his car in the pasture. He probably came around like 1 o'clock in the morning. We were just like talking and just dancing in the moonlight. I really liked this kid. I never had a boyfriend before, never had like a first kiss. And he was kind of just staring at me. And I was like, what are you staring at? Like, is something wrong? And he just like grabbed my face and he just started kissing me. And I like literally did not know what to do. And he was like, trying to make out with me. Of course, I was like, yeah, like I'm getting my first kiss with like the guy that I'm like in love with, like I'm 15. I've been in love with him for like 3 years now. But I was like so nervous because I didn't know what I was doing. Finally, I pulled away and I said, oh, I can't breathe. And then I just like hugged him to like avoid eye contact with him. And he just started laughing at me, just like super cringy, 15-year-old relationship stuff. Anyways, he's left around like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't go to bed till like 6 o'clock that morning. And I had to go back home to my hometown that day. So I woke up. And my grandma came in and she was like, hey, did you go outside last night? And I was like, oh, crap. She found out. And I was like, yeah, like I went outside. I was just walking around in the pasture. And she was like, oh, okay, well, we saw footprints in the grass. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, can you do that? So she drove me back home because like I didn't have a license. So she had to drive me. And later that day, she texted me. She said, if you don't tell me who else was with you that night, I'm telling your parents. I was freaking out. I like almost threw up. I like almost peed myself. And I had to confess. I had to tell her like, oh, it was so-and-so. Like he came over. I'm so sorry. She said, okay, well, you're going to have to tell your parents now. I never told my parents, but that's my first kiss story. So yeah.
So there was this super hot guy named Jonah. Everyone was always rolling on him. He was really cute. I was really excited because that day he came up to me at my locker and he was like, hey, so you doing anything tonight? And I was like, no. And he was like, do you want to maybe come to my party? Inside, I was literally screaming because I was like, oh my God, the hottest guy ever just asked me out. And I was like, yeah, sure. But inside, I was obviously like exploding. So then I ran home, asked my sister to take me to the party. And it was really good. It was going great. We got pizza and everything. And Jonah said, do you want to help me? He leaned in for a kiss. And he was like, you have the Band-Aids behind you. They were under my bed. And it was like, oh my God. Like I almost shot myself there. It was so awkward. I was like hoping that he would say, but like that was good or it was worth it. But he was in the like biggest silence ever. Like I could literally hear the crickets. And I was like, I gotta go, okay? And then like his friends were waiting outside because they were like, oh, are you okay, Jonah? I don't know. I just started crying. Everyone the next day was like, did you really kiss Jonah? And then I was like, oh my God, what a mean person Jonah is for telling everyone. I went up to Jonah. I was like, why would you do that? You know, it was an accident. And he was like, he didn't tell. Like his friends heard. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. Also, just